Good morning, Mr. Ibarra.
Good morning, sir.
So you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Judge, this is a under 21 UCW. I can still read you the facts if you would like. Okay. On March 3rd, 2025, an officer was dispatched to a shooting. The officer found the defendant in a back alleyway with a gunshot wound to his leg. The defendant had a mesh backpack in his possession at the time and was able to see that there was a black handgun inside. The caliber of the handgun matched shell casings located on the ground next to the defendant. The defendant stated that he shot the gun in self-defense at 3 black males who shot at him. Those suspects fled the scene after officers' arrival. The defendant was transported to Ben Taub Hospital, where the defendant was being treated for the gunshot wound to his left femur. The defendant admitted to being in the 114th Street Bounty Hunters gang and is 18 years old.
Okay, so was it really that, did he shoot himself or do we know that someone else shot?
We do not know. We
So-
know that the casings on scene match the caliber of the handgun that he had, but we don't know if he had shot himself and he stated he was being shot at by other people as well. So it's unclear.
So the only allegation is that he's underage, essentially. Okay. Mr. Ibarra, I'm going to find that there's no probable cause to go forward in your case. You need to be very careful. You get but one life. You know, God forbid something happens where you have a gun and you use it, and then you end up getting charged with something. You've gotten shot in the leg now. I mean, luckily it's not somewhere else. It could be life ending.
Sir.
When you hang with dogs or when you're bad places in the middle of the night, really, do something with your life. Get into school, graduate, get some knowledge.
Sir.
Take a seat with me. Good morning, Ms. Reyes.
Yes, señora Reyes.
Good morning.
Ms. Reyes, you're charged with failure to stop and give information. Essentially, leaving the scene of an accident without exchanging information.
Escena de un accidente sin intercambiar la información que necesitabas hacer.
We're facing up to 180 days in jail
180 días en la cárcel por
and or a $2,000
una
fine.
multa que no sobrepase $2,000.
We are going to do probable cause.
Soldados,
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you.
para contra usted.
I insist she stays silent.
Y tu abogado insiste que se quede callada.
Just please go slow.
Yes, Your Honor. On March
El
10th,
10 de marzo
2025,
del 2025,
officers were
los
dispatched to
oficiales
Safer
fueron
Street
a
and
una calle Safer
Seth Street in reference to an
Street.
FSGI.
bajo una referencia de faltar y dar información.
The officers were
Los
advised that a white Charger
oficiales
left the scene
dijeron que
following
un
an
white Charger
accident
se fue de la escena después de un accidente
and was last seen
y
going
lo
southbound
vieron
on Shaver
y iba
Street.
por en camino al sur en la calle Shaver.
The complainant stated that she
quejante
was
dijo
traveling when a
que
white
ella estaba
Dodger
manejando
made a
cuando un
unsafe lane
Dodger
change
Cambió de carril, pero sin
and collided with her.
y chocó contra ella.
The complainant
El
showed
quejante
officer a
dijo,
picture of the
Él
suspect
tomó
vehicle,
una foto del vehículo y le enseñó
Which
al oficial
showed the license
y le
plate
enseñó, tenía la
and
placa.
damage to the vehicle
y
on
el
the back
daño al
left
vehículo.
portion. The complainant
El
estimated that the
quejante
damage was
dijo que
around
él
$1,000.
está estimando que costó como $1,000 en reparación.
Officers ran the
Y los
vehicle and
oficiales
found the registered
Vieron la
owner to
placa
be
y
Juan Maneno.
encontraron que el dueño era Juan Veneno.
The officer located the vehicle at the apartment complex
Encontraron
that the
el
vehicle was
vehículo
registered
en
to.
los apartamentos a donde estaba registrado.
The officer met with
Y
Juan
el
and his
oficial
wife, who is
habló
the
con Juan y
defendant.
la esposa, que es el acusado.
Juan advised the officers that the
Y Juan
defendant
le
had been
dijo
driving the
que el
vehicle all
acusado
day,
estaba
and that
manejando todo el día el
and
vehículo
that the only damage to
que
the vehicle should have been on the
daño
front bumper from a
que
previous
tenía el
incident
vehículo
and
era
nothing
en la
else.
parte de frente de un accidente previo.
The defendant
Y
advised
el
officers
acusado
that she was
le
driving the
dijo
vehicle and
que
had
ella estaba
recently gotten
manejando
back from a Walmart,
el vehículo y había regresado
which
de
is around
Walmart
700
como,
feet from
como
where the incident
700
occurred.
pies de a donde ocurrió el
She denied hitting
incidente
anybody.
y ella negó pegarle a cualquier persona. Negó que
Your Honor, so based on the
y
information,
basado en la
the
información dice
car was registered to his wife.
So,
Um,
how do we know
And
who's driving
the
it?
complaint,
¿Y
the
cómo sabe quién
Juan
está
stated that
manejando?
he was the one driving and she admitted to being in that location at the time.
She denied hitting, right? Do we have any kind of evidence that puts her at the scene that she's the one that causes the accident?
Que ella estaba ahí y causó el accidente. Go ahead.
That she
Sí.
was the one, within 700 feet of the accident and that she had
Estaba
access to the vehicle, Your Honor.
Tenía acceso al vehículo y estaba 700
And this
pies
vehicle was the one that was in the
del lugar.
accident.
Y ese fue el vehículo que estaba en el accidente.
Did you say that the husband said that she was driving it?
She was driving
El
it all day. Your
esposo
Honor.
dijo que estaba manejando.
statement.
Dice que sí.
Do you want to add anything? Did you want to say anything?
No, well,
Yeah,
two
yeah,
things,
yeah.
Judge. Number one, there was no evidence that
No hay
she was,
evidencia.
as you mentioned, there was no evidence that she was
Que ella
driving the
estaba
vehicle. And just because she had the vehicle all day does
Solo
not mean she
dice
was
porque
driving
tenía
it.
el vehículo ese día.
For example,
No
when I'm sure my
significa que
daughter's
estaba
home,
manejando.
I'm sure,
Porque, por
and she's using one of our vehicles, I'm sure that
Mi hija
her
está
lunkhead
usando-
boyfriend is probably driving it the majority of the
vehículo
time.
puede ser que
Additionally,
no,
this
el novio de
vehicle
mi hija
is
estaba
insured.
manejando. Ahora el vehículo
There's
está-
never been
tiene
any
su- está
report
asegurado.
of anyone,
Y no
but
hay ningún
people had
reporte.
consent to driving it. That defense is not going to be erased, so this is
Y
an
eso-
insured incident.
Eso es un incidente
You
de-
got A, you got C, but you don't have B. I mean, I just don't think that,
A ver,
officer could have gone to Walmart, pull video, see her coming out, other
pueden ir a Walmart a ver si
cameras anywhere else. I don't know, but I just,
no hay
I
pruebas.
don't think there's enough.
Okay. Sure.
All right, I'm gonna find no probable cause in your case,
A
ma'am.
encontrar que hay motivos fundados para mantenerte.
Please be careful when you're driving.
Ten cuidado con
If you're going to drive, do not drive unless you have a valid license
no manejes
and liability insurance in your name.
y seguro.
Do you understand?
¿Entendido?
Okay, all right.
And she does.
Yes.
For the court's edification.
Thanks, Jen.
Always great seeing you, and I apologize on the record for calling it my future son-in-law is a lunkhead, in case that goes anywhere. I forgot it's being videoed. All right, take care. I did that this morning.
Are you, Ms. Jacobs?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, you're charged with failure to comply. I guess striking an unattended vehicle. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
On February 27th, 2025, an officer responded to an FSGI call in the HEB parking lot in Houston, Harris County, Texas. The complainant reported that while shopping, her vehicle was backed into by an unknown individual who did not stop. When she returned to her vehicle, a note was left with a license plate number, a witness's phone number, and a statement about the incident. The witness confirmed seeing a vehicle back into the complainant's vehicle and drive off. The witness gave a description of the defendant and her vehicle. On March 4th, 2025, an officer met with the loss prevention manager at HEB and was shown surveillance video from the parking lot, which showed the defendant driving over a curb and parking her vehicle. The defendant did shopping in the store and got back in her vehicle. The defendant began to reverse into the complainant's vehicle. The defendant paused briefly before driving off and exiting the parking lot. Surveillance video clearly showed the defendant as well as the defendant's vehicle's license plate. The officer confirmed the license plate was registered to the vehicle and the registered owner was the defendant. The officer compared the driver's license photo with the surveillance images and positively identified the defendant. The officer called the defendant and the defendant acknowledged he rubbed another car with her bumper. The complainant provided photographs of the damage to her car along with an estimate that the total cost of repair would be $3,009.23.
Okay. Ms. Jacobs, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. Can you run her license, please? See if she has a valid license.
Yes, Judge.
I'm ordering you not to drive any vehicle unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name. That's the only condition I'm putting on you at this time. Do not pick up any new cases. If you do, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand, man?
Driver's license is eligible.
Okay, so we're just going to craft bond conditions for you not to drive without insurance as well. We'll have you sign it, and after that, you'll be free to go. You have a lawyer because you have a lawyer. I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with him and he'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he can't get hold of you because you've gone AWOL, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. All right? We'll have you sign a reset with Victoria. We'll have you take a seat in the jury box. We'll get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign and then you'll be free to go. All right? Thanks, guys.
Right this way.
Good morning, Mr. Volcano.
Morning, sir.
So you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you. Okay.
Complainant and defendant are in a former dating relationship. On 6/29, officers were dispatched to a disturbance at a business in Harris County, Texas. Complainant entered the business, and when she exited and walked back to her truck, she observed the defendant there. Complainant believed defendant had followed her. Complainant said that defendant was intoxicated and started to insult her. Complainant stated defendant struck her on the left side of her face with a closed fist as she sat down inside of her truck, causing pain. Complainant stated she went after defendant as he entered his truck and grabbed his shirt. Complainant stated she was momentarily dragged as she held on to the defendant's vehicle.
So it was a hit to the face, you said?
Yes, Judge. We have not been able to arrest her yet. I will let you know that I was reading through the offense report. I don't know if this was mentioned to intake, but in the offense report, it does look like she was 4 months pregnant at the time and the defendant was aware. So this baby refiled as a felony. I'm not sure yet, but it's sort of that right now.
Mr. Tejada, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm now ordering you not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. If I find that you're using, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. I'm going to do everything in my power to protect my public at all costs. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You are not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case, not to be in possession of weapons. And I'm now entering what's called a magistrate order for emergency protection. This is a court order that identifies Ms. Lopez Leiva as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. Do you understand?
Sir.
If you violate this court order, the state can and will probably file a violation of protective order, and that is the capital murder of misdemeanors. It is one of the worst cases you can pick up, a violation of protective order. Do you understand?
Sir.
You pick up one of those, violate conditions, I can have a hearing to hold you at no bond, zero bond, and I'll do it in a heartbeat to protect my county. Any prior assaults against this person or,
No, Judge, this looks like it was the first one.
okay. Now, you have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Parham. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you've gone AWOL, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. You pick up a new case, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. You get no more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You will be randomly called upon to go take drug and alcohol tests. If you fail to go, then likewise a warrant for your arrest will be issued. I'll have you go sign a reset with Victoria. You'll sign the order for protection here. You'll get with Felicia for your bond conditions, and after that, you're free to go.
Just,
Oh, is there no bond set?
well, no,
Oh,
it's
there
a
is.
bond set, Judge. With regards to the bond condition, I was wondering if we could amend those or have them reflect the no threat and harassing communication instead of no contact. They do.
They haven't been able to reach her.
They haven't, but the DA hasn't, but that she has spoke with her back. And she had spoken to the back and told her that she did want to proceed with the case. She would,
I don't know. I mean, if she's 4 months pregnant,
no, she's already had the child. They already have a child now. That's the only reason why I say it now.
Yeah, this did happen back in June.
They do have a
If,
child.
well, let's do this. I want to know, I mean, if that VAC was done, that VAC was done in 2024. I don't know anything recent. So until I know what she wants now, then, and if you could, facilitate, perhaps give a phone number, maybe that's something that can happen now. I don't know, but I like to follow the wishes of the complaining witness, and I don't know what her wishes are. If she doesn't want contact with you, then I'm gonna order it. If she does, then we can revisit that at that time. But understand, for this instant, no means no. It doesn't mean maybe. It doesn't mean I got to go get my kid. It doesn't mean someone has to go take the SAT. No means no. Do you understand?
Sir.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Judge.
this way.